Can we get the internet we were promised? I won't recall being promised an internet, but certainly in that 90s kind of era of optimism, right? We were all out there trying to get our friends online, trying to get our parents online. It was a time when you used to love getting an email from somebody you've never heard of before or never met, because it's like, oh, wow, you know about email too? And now we all get spam, and we all throw it away unless we really know the person. And even then we're a little suspect, right? I think we got the internet we were promised, and far much more than we wanted or knew how to use. Take spam, for instance. We've had to develop means to be able to go from not being able to easily message whoever we wanted around the world at any time of day or night, to so much of this that we need filters and we need tools and we need to run away from email and send texts and then run away from that and send WhatsApp messages, run away from, like this kind of craziness. And what I guess we didn't really have enough of were people looking out for the consumer interest in this domain and building technologies in the consumer interest. And at the same time, finding ways to resonate with consumers and get them to prefer the kinds of products that are built in their interests. The internet we were promised, I think it arrived and we weren't quite sure what we were asking for when we got it. What would be my ideal internet? So if we mean the term internet to mean not just the protocols that everything runs on, but the space and all the content and all the activities we do, what I would love to see would be an answer to the concerns everybody has, which is how do we really help people who are building quality content find their communities, find the people of interest who are interested in that, and then do that in a way that really opens their wallets, right? It really helps build a sustainability model for it. Right now, we're so inundated with data that we don't feel like paying for things anymore. We've seen some publications successfully put up paywalls, and some do it better than others. But by and large, local newspapers are dying, small and mid-sized musicians are struggling. You can set up a Patreon, but that often doesn't, even pay the electrical bills, let alone afford enough to live. So I think we still have a bit too much of a few people making a lot of money in the creative industries and not flattened enough yet. And I don't know if getting there is a straight evolution from things like Patreon to something bigger. I mean, I do end up supporting folks through Patreon, buying a lot of stuff on Bandcamp, supporting things like Soma FM, which is another online radio station. And you guys at Radio Paradise have a sustainability model too, right? That's the thing that I feel like has really been hollowed out by the kind of internet that we've built, is sustainability model for creative types, and especially local news, local media. I'm not sure it's going to be the technology adapting to get there so much as society adapting to find new models for this. And it might mean just returning to something very personal. In the Renaissance, most of the artwork was funded by patronage. It wasn't funded by people selling CDs for $15 or vinyl. They didn't even have vinyl in the Renaissance, believe it or not. It was funded by patronage and then publicly performed. And so I'd hate to have to think that we get back to a world where only a few well-off people fund a lot of the creative work out there. But we've got to find something that evolves from where we are to something that was more like this very flat funding model that we had at the height of the kind of vinyl and CDs era.